Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel for a May wrap up. In May I read 14 books, so I'm going to give you guys quick mini reviews and star ratings on each book that I read. So let's just jump right into it. Okay, so one of the first books that I read in May was Hotter in the Hamptons. Hotter in the Hamptons by Tinks. Sorry that this is not good. I don't want to pull out all these books. So I'm going to be showing you guys pictures of it on my iPad. But yeah, so I think I rated it like a 3.5 stars out of 5. It was a really enlightening book where it deals with something bad happens in your life and you have to go and figure out who you are alone, maybe who you are with a different person. I don't want to give too much away in case anyone wants to read this book, but this is Tinks's first, I want to say, fictional book. I've read one of her self-help books and I loved it so much, so I was really excited for this book. And I would say I really did enjoy it. It's about a girl who is from New York City. She's an influencer and her life pretty much blows up. So she decides to go to the Hamptons where she learns a lot of new things about herself. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. Next we have The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. This is a adult mystery book. And oh my gosh, you guys, when I tell you I could not stop listening to this book because of how good it was. 5 out of 5 stars. It was so amazing. It was so insane. I went into this book completely blind, as I do for most books, honestly. I don't really read what books are about because I truly enjoy reading everything. And I knew this was a fan favorite, seen it everywhere, so I was like, let's get into it. I have read another Laura Dave book, which I really enjoyed. I want to say this one is my favorite so far. It was insane, like plot twist after plot twist, and there's a show out on it, so I have to go watch that. I think I started it like episode 1, but I never finished it. But yeah, it was insane, guys. So good. Next we have Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. This was an Infinity Star book. Not a single critique about this book. I want to know why Devney Perry hasn't been writing fantasy, romantasy all her life, because she was made for it. I kid you not. This book was amazing. If you guys are looking for your next new adult romantasy, I definitely 5 out of 5, like 10 out of 10 recommend reading Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. It is one of my favorite books of all time now. I cannot wait for the next book. The romance is amazing, the plot is amazing, the characters are like so freaking complex, the world. Devney, you are amazing. Oh my god, it was insane. I loved it so much. I literally cannot recommend this book enough. Everybody, please go read it. Next, we read No New Things by Ashley Piper. This is a pretty much a self-help book about teaching you how to not spend your money on new things. I honestly really enjoyed it. I felt like this had already been something that I had been doing for a really long time. I noticed that I was doing way too much with my money. I was just spending and spending, and I was like, girl, you need to calm down. So for a couple, I want to say maybe over a year now, I've actually been doing really good. But this book, No New Things, really just enhanced that. It just teaches you all the steps on how to stop buying things that you do not need. Like, obviously it's not telling you, hey, don't buy anything. Like, buy your necessities, sis. Go have that coffee if you want to go have that coffee. But it really just shows you how to save your money. And in this book, Ashley Piper talks about how she went on this No New Things challenge and she saved up thousands of dollars, was able to pay off her debt, and it was just so amazing. So yeah, if anyone is looking into some help on how the heck do I stop spending my money on things I don't need, I definitely recommend No New Things by Ashley Piper. I gave it a 4 star. Then we have Rebel Witch by Kristen Cicerelli. This is the last book in the Crimson Moth duet. It was absolutely amazing. The first book is called Heartless Hunter, and it's pretty much a witch and witch hunter romance. There's a lot of plot, a lot of magic, and you know, enemies, villains. It was so good, you guys. The romance was amazing. I think I liked this book more than the first, and I rated both books 5 stars. Next we have True Colors by Kristen Hanna. I gave this book a 5 out of 5. It was absolutely amazing, so insane. If you guys haven't read any Kristen Hanna yet, she really, she writes historical, contemporary fictions. You know, there's romance, there's family, and it's really like, you know, a human experience. You're reading a book about humans who are experiencing, you know, different things in their life, good and bad, and True Colors is about sisters. It just is like a really, it's literally insane, you guys. So one of the sisters, her like boyfriend or whatever, like gets accused of something, and it's just, I don't want to give anything away. 5 out of 5 stars. It was so freaking good. Then we have Beg, Borrow, or Steal by Sarah Adams. This is the 3rd book of When in Rome. I've read all of them and I've enjoyed all of them. I gave this one a 4 star. It was super cute. If you guys are like wanting a cute, fluffy romance, I definitely recommend Beg, Borrow, or Steal. I love being back in Rome. Rome in America. Not Italy. I forgot where it is. It's something like Arkansas or something. But yeah, I love this family so freaking much. Every romance in this series has been superb, and Beg, Borrow, or Steal was another great one. Next, we read You Are a Bad Every Day, How to Keep Your Motivation Strong, Your Vibe High, and Your Quest for Transformation Unstoppable. I gave this one a 4 star. It was about a 2-hour listen on audio. This is by Jen Sincero. I read her like full-length novel, which really resonated with me. It was really good. It taught me a lot of things. So I was like, let's read, you know, her short kind of extension of the full-length novel where she goes more in depth in, you know, how to keep your motivation strong and all things like that. And it really did teach me a lot of new things, so I really enjoyed it. If you guys aren't self-help book people, but you kind of want to be, I definitely think that everyone should be a self-help book person. I think there's room for growth in every single person. So yeah, I definitely recommend this book. Next, we read Wicked Darlings by Jordan Taylor. This is a YA mystery, and I give this one like a 3.5 stars. If you're looking for a fast and easy and entertaining mystery, YA especially, I definitely recommend this one. It's pretty much about a girl and her like sister dies, and she goes and tries to find out like what happened to her and like the Manhattan elite. It was an okay book, you know, like it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either. So yeah. Alright, next we have Love on Paper by Danielle Parker. This is a YA romance. Another fluffy YA romance. You know, they're at a writer's retreat. Super cute. Very fast read, honestly. So if anyone wants like a cute, fast, fluffy YA romance, Love on Paper is definitely a cute one, especially because it takes place at like a writer's retreat. Like, I've never read a book that's ever taken place at a writer's retreat, so that was different and fun. Alright, next we have Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young. I gave this book a 4 star. I love Hannah Bonham Young so much. Like, her books are just so freaking good. If no one has read any of her books, I definitely recommend Next of Kin. It's one of my favorite books of all time. But anyways, I digress. Out of the Woods was super cute. It pretty much follows characters that we met in Out on a Limb, and you know, they're married, but you know, they're kind of going through a hard time, so they decide to go on this like outdoorsy retreat kind of thing, and it's super funny, super cute. You love a good old reconciliation moment. Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young, so cute. Alright guys, and now we probably have my favorite book of the month. I would definitely say Sunrise on the Reaping and Shield of Sparrows were like neck for neck. I don't know. I can't pick. I'm starting to freak out. I can't pick which one was my favorite. I want to say Sunrise on the Reaping and then Shield of Sparrows, but I did read Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. Infinity freaking stars, you guys. If you're not a Hunger Games fan, I definitely recommend go read the Hunger Games and then read this book. I know a lot of people were reading Sunrise on the Reaping first before the Hunger Games, and I mean, you could do it that way because it literally takes place before the Hunger Games, but I think it's just so cool loving the Hunger Games and then seeing characters from the Hunger Games in Sunrise on the Reaping, but they're younger. So it was like just literally so insane. But yeah, Sunrise on the Reaping is pretty much about Haymitch. If you are Hunger Games fans, Haymitch is Katniss and Peeta's mentor, and this is his Hunger Games. I'm pretty sure it's like the Quarter Quell. It was just like, holy, oh my god, it was so insane. Especially because, I'm sorry guys, no, don't read Sunrise on the Reaping first. You guys have to read the Hunger Games first because, and no spoilers, but there is something that is mentioned in the Hunger Games books about Haymitch's games. So like you think you know what Haymitch's games are like, but then you actually read this book and you're like, the capital is crazy. Snow, insane. Not in a good way. Like in a diabolical way. So yeah, I definitely recommend read the Hunger Games first and then read Sunrise on the Reaping. But yeah, so like you kind of already think you know what Haymitch's games are going to be like because they tell you in the Hunger Games, but no, literally no, scratch that. It was so insane. I cried so many times. I loved this book so freaking much. I cannot wait for the movie. It's going to be amazing. I love Haymitch. I loved these characters. Maelys, just like literally everyone. I'm just like, this movie is going to be so good. I cannot wait to see it, like, you know, with my eyes. But the book, Infinity Stars, it was so good and so sad. So sad. Next we have Masters of Death by Olivia Blake. This is a fantasy, kind of like contemporary too. You know, it takes place in our everyday lives, but you know, there's vampires, there's ghosts, there's like different creatures, and they all kind of just like come together. Yeah, it's a paranormal romantasy. And they kind of just like come together, these like sets of different people to figure something out. I really enjoyed this book, Olivia Blake. I've read 2 of her books and I have loved every single one. I will say One for My Enemy is definitely my favorite Olivia Blake book, but I still gave this one 5 stars because it was really, really good. Olivia Blake's writing is just magnificent. Like, no words, speechless. Like, I will read every book this woman writes. But yeah, enjoyed Masters of Death. And lastly, we have the last book I read in May, which is Unloved by Peyton Corinne. This is a new adult romance. It takes place in college. And I really, really related to the main girl in this story. Ro is just like, I have no words. Like, I have not felt seen by a character in such a long time, but Ro is pretty much in this, like, you know, she's a very shy girl. She wants to get out there. She, you know, she wants to reinvent herself. It's college. She meets a really cute boy, but then, you know, that doesn't work out. She gets a new boyfriend, and this, like, new boyfriend, you know, doesn't treat Ro the best. So, like, Ro really caters to, like, you know, like, what's wrong with me? Like, I'm doing everything right, and like I just like don't understand, you know. And I just like really resonated her in that sense, you know, where it's like you think, oh, the love I put out is the love I'm gonna receive, and you know, it's not like that. It's not like that, unfortunately. You know, I wish we all treated each other the same way, but at the end of the day, it really is not like that, and Ro has to figure that out. And she, you know, goes out, she's tutoring the boy that she first liked when she first got to college, and then they begin having a romance, and he's a very complex character as well, and they're just there for each other, and they both give each other what it is that they both need and deserve. And it also starts off as a friendship, which I really, really enjoyed. Yeah, Unloved was just so perfect. 5 out of 5. This is definitely my favorite Peyton Corinne book so far. I read her first book, Unsteady. Unloved is definitely my favorite. It was so good. I listened to it on audio and I could not stop listening. It was just, it was so cute, so good, too much relating to things. And yeah, if you guys have not read Unloved by Pitt and Corinne, I definitely recommend reading that. But yeah, that is my wrap up for May. So yeah, I cannot wait to give you guys a June TBR and a June wrap up. I hope we all read some good books in June. I hope we all have a great June period. And let me know if you guys have read any of these books before, and let's talk about it. Bye guys!